Right guys, we have details regarding the upcoming Apple headset, and Apple themselves not being too excited by this, and so let's delve into it. So Bloomberg tells us Tim Cook has been maintaining his distance with the headset team and only chose to participate in demonstrations, and apparently his original vision of AR glasses has been completely ruined. Because apparently Tim wanted a pair of thin glasses like the ones he wears right now that can be worn easily all day with no bulkiness whatsoever, but of course the headset we're actually getting is the complete opposite. It looks like a pair of ski goggles and it's going to require a separate battery pack because of the limitations of the tech and a rush to bring this to market. And so yeah, Tim's not happy with the compromises the team has made with the headset, and I sort of understand his perspective because AR glasses have the mass appeal and could become the next big thing for Apple, but of course the headset's going to be a niche product. Headsets like this have taken off for gaming, but apart from that, there's not many other use cases for regular consumers. And so I can definitely understand why Tim is skeptical about this. And it's not just Tim, because Craig is also wary of the headset, and Johnny Srouji believes it's a waste of time developing high-performance chips for this, and Apple should focus on the iPhone instead, which will drive them more revenue. And by the way, would like to remind you guys, like this video and subscribe for more content like this, it would be appreciated. And yeah, apparently some of the key features of the headset, like this having an external monitor for a Mac, and multi-person video calls are less advanced than Apple was initially expecting. And so yeah, as a result, Apple expects to sell less than 1 million of these, which is pretty low for their standards. And also they're actually going to be selling this at exactly the same cost this will be for them to produce. So yes, unlike other products, Apple's not going to make any profit with this. I guess they just want to make this as accessible as possible, but let's be honest guys, $2,000 is still very expensive. Now this report is a massive downer, I can't lie, because the small excitement I had for the headset has kind of been ruined by this. Now I do want to say there have been other reports suggesting other key people in Apple are blown away by the headset, and also the founder of Oculus recently said, the Apple headset's so good. So I'm not sure what to believe here, but I do want to say this, if Tim Cook's actually skeptical about the headset, and also Craig and Johnny, then why release this? What's the point of trying to sell this and trying to market this when Tim himself does not like this product? That makes no sense and sounds very un-Apple, because Apple's not one to rush products out. If there are compromises, I'm pretty sure they would rather wait and release this with all the features they wanted. And so yeah, the release is pretty bizarre, and more than the actual product, I look forward to seeing the reception and what people think of this, and how the sales figures are going to be for this. And by the way, for those wondering, the AR glasses that Tim really wants is actually nowhere near release. In the same report, Mark Gurman says they're at least 4 years away from release, and it makes sense because the technology's not ready yet to have a thin pair of glasses that can fit all the tech required for the AR abilities. And yeah, apparently Apple's postponed any serious development on this and was even thinking of killing it off completely. So yes, that again is very sad news. I was looking forward to these AR glasses, but the technology's simply not ready yet. Anyways, let's delve into your questions. So regarding the 12-inch MacBook revival being killed off, no one you know says that's a shame, but hopefully with the M4 M5 chip in the near future with a better manufacturing process, it does return. A 12-inch would definitely be a very nice laptop. It would be cool, fast, powerful and thin. So yes, I'm very much hoping that's the case. Apple should not let go of the 12-inch MacBook design because, as many have said, it's perfect for Apple Silicon because it's a very small and compact laptop, and the efficiency of Apple Silicon would have been ideal for it. And so hopefully once the recession's over, Apple can of course reconsider reviving this. So at Miami 305 BLK says, I think the 12-inch MacBook was driven by Johnny Ive's vision of laptops, and it seems Apple's now trying to distance themselves from radical design and be more utilitarian. So that's actually a very fair point, because we saw this with the new MacBooks. They were thicker than the previous generation and gave us back the ports, but that's the way Apple should be going because the consumers wanted the ports back, and so sticking with the utilitarian design does make sense. However, even if the design as we know it does not return, I'm hoping Apple can bring back the 12-inch form factor, because it makes so much sense to have a compact sub $1,000 laptop in the range And so hopefully we do see a new 12-inch MacBook in the near future, but of course with a MacBook Air inspired design. And Brian agrees with this earlier comment and says, "I've always placed form before function." And yeah, that's definitely the case, and that came as a detriment to the MacBook experience because we had faulty keyboards, we had no ports, and overall I'm happy that Apple's taking a more practical route with the design of their laptops. So at Johnny Hogg says, "The greatest thing about a 15-inch Air will be the much better speakers, and a bigger battery, and of course a bigger display." And yes, I'm excited for the battery life with the 15-inch Air because we know how efficient the base M2 chips are, so of course putting that in a 15-inch MacBook with a massive battery inside should give this ridiculous endurance. And I believe the 16-inch right now has 21 hours of battery life with the M2 Pro and the M2 Max. So now imagine a similar sized MacBook with the base M2 chip that could maybe give us 25 hours of battery life. And yeah, I'm also looking forward to the better speakers. The speakers with the 13-inch already are pretty good, but now again with the larger size, the audio quality should be amazing. So William says, "I think Apple may get rid of the 14 Plus since no one is buying it. Instead they have the 15 by itself, and it would be in between the regular and plus size at around 6.4 inches. This would mean there is room for a model above the 15 Pro Max in the range, which would be the 15 Ultra. I also think regarding USB-C on the iPhone, they could possibly make it a Pro or even Ultra exclusive until the legislation comes into place." So regarding your first point, I think that yes, there is a chance the 14 Plus could be killed off. However, it seems that Apple does like to give new models another chance for survival because we did see the 13 mini get released, even though the 12 mini was a massive flop. And so considering we have heard about the 15 Plus, I do think it's going to stay around for another year, but of course, your idea of one regular model being 6.4 inches, essentially what Apple's doing with the iPhone 11 and 10R would be perfect. I think that makes a ton of sense. There should only really be one regular size, so I'm down for that change. However, regarding the idea of there being 3 Pro models, I think that would be too convoluted. I don't think we need a Pro Max and an Ultra in the range, since most wanting the bigger size also want the best features, and so replace the Pro Max with the Ultra. Since if anything, Apple has probably now learnt that hey, we don't need as many iPhone models in the range, just offer a basic regular size and then 2 Pro models, and that would be more than fine for most consumers. We don't need another size option. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and thank you for watching.